Since 1991, CRS has provided comprehensive point-of-sale software, point-of-sale support and training, EFT maintenance and support, along with inventory management solutions, empowering retailers in Canada and throughout North America. At our core, we believe in having real and relevant relationships, offering solution-based sales and services, maintaining a client-centered bottom-line focus, and providing credible and complete care. We exist to make retailers better.
Hello again, this is Jeff with Canadian Retail Solutions. Today we are looking at processing a return in Retail Pro Prism. So after we sign in, we click on New Transaction. Brings us to the transaction screen, which you might be at already in a real-world scenario, and you click Return. At this point we have two options. There's no receipt and search for receipt. The no receipt option would only be used if you're making an exception. For some reason, you are unable to find or look up the customer's original transaction receipt. Otherwise, if we click search for receipt, if the customer has the return receipt in their hands, fantastic. You can scan the barcode at the bottom at this point and it will pull up the original transaction. If they don't have it, you can quickly enter their name. It will find you all their transactions within the date period. And otherwise, you can leave all that blank, find out when they think they purchased this item that they're returning, and you can select the dates here to filter by date. Once you do that, it will give you the list of transactions, and you can start clicking on them, and it lists the items on that transaction down below. So you can start going through to try and find the item that they're returning. So we'll say this most recent transaction has the item we're returning. We're returning Jeff's shirt. And the reason is because, say it didn't fit, wrong size. We can customize these reasons, and we can set the system to require the reason. It doesn't have to be required. You can charge a return fee. You can charge return shipping amount if it was an online order. But when you're ready, you'd make sure the available return quantity here is 1. It would not let us do this return if this item was returned previously on this transaction. So it's smart in that regard. So I select my item for return and I return to the document. It pulls over the original item, the price that was paid. So there was a discount on this item, and it knows that. It was rounded, probably because this was paid in cash. It pulls over the original customer, and it references the original document. If I go under transaction details here, I can see my reference doc number and the reference doc date and time. So when I'm ready, I go to tender transaction. I can set the preferences. Maybe my store policy is only to return to store credit, so we can limit the tender type to store credit when doing a return. So I'll set store credit. It shows me my credit balance here from a previous return, and I'd hit give. So it's issued a new store credit for the $15.69, and it would then print off my receipt, or I can choose to email it here. If I go back to my return list here and I look at this transaction, you can now see the available return quantity for this Jeff shirt on this transaction is 0 because it has been returned before. So the return process in Prism is very straightforward and simple. It eliminates any frustration or confusion on behalf of the customer that some point-of-sale systems can produce when processing a return. You can do it right from the main transaction screen here, and it is very easy to look up the original transaction, even if the customer doesn't have their receipt. If you have any questions or comments about this, please give me a call. My number is 780-449-0070, and you can hit extension 130 to speak to me directly. Otherwise, visit our website, www.retailbycrs.com, and click on the contact page to call or send an email. Thanks.